So I got some review videos from 10.7. The first one's question number 3. Again, your question number 3 could be a little bit different than mine, but this is what my question 3 looks like. So this is where we have to use that equation of whatever this is, it's my sector, 80 over 360, times the area, because it's asking for the area of GPH. So it's asking for the area of this right here. So my area is radius squared times pi. Now my question says that I have to make sure to leave it in pi terms, so exact answer. So since I need my exact answer, I just multiply this information together. And if I do that, that would be 18. And then I still have pi. And my units here would be yards squared. So when you're typing this into your answer, you type the 18, and then you're going to have to look for your pi button. You have to make sure to include your pi button. If you don't, then you're not going to get it correctamungo. The next question is number 4. So it's the same type of thing, so first we have to figure out what this angle, which is the same thing as this arc, those two are the same thing. So here's a straight line. So if I do 180 minus 110, that would be 70. That means my outside arc is also 70 degrees. Now my diameter is equal to 14. So my radius here will be equal to 7. Again, it says leave my answer in exact units in terms of pi. So it's whatever my sector is, so 70 over 360, times my area, which would be 7 squared pi. I multiply these together because I'm looking for my exact answer. Now, because it's asking for an exact answer, this is not giving a nice whole number. But if I were to multiply this out, I would get 343 over 36, and I still have my pi units. And here it's meters squared. So you have to make sure to put this as a fraction and then push the pi button. And then question number 5. So it's asking for what's the area of the shaded region again. So if this right here is 90, that means the rest of this, the arc right here, would be 270. So this whole arc right here would be 270. So working with that same equation, it's whatever the arc is over 360 times my radius squared pi. And again, it says to leave it in pi units, which would be 147 pi. And my units here, I didn't write it down, but it was feet squared. Bing! This last one says find the area of this pool. So it says there's a square, even though my picture doesn't really look like a square. It says it's a square. So actually I'm dealing with two shapes. I have this square right here, which again, not the best square. So when I'm finding the area of a square, that's the side length squared, or in this case it would be 80 times 80, so that part would be 8 times 8. Fell on the floor, picked it up, it was 64. So that's just the middle part. Now if I look at, I have two semicircles. Two semicircles mean I have one full circle. So I have one circle. And the diameter of that circle, so this line right here is my diameter. The diameter is 80 because this would be a square. All the side lengths are the same. So that means my radius would be 40. So area of a circle is radius squared times pi. Now it says use 3.14 for pi. 5,024. It says round to the nearest tenth. However, I don't need to round to the nearest tenth because I don't have any decimals here. So my answer, if this was the same type of question that you had, would be 11,424 square feet. That's a lot of feet. And there you have it, 4 questions that I got asked. If there was a question you didn't know how to do, you should have asked me. Have a great day. You can always email me if you do have more questions. That's all, folks.